Hello. Is there a Clara Grant I can speak with, please?
Oh, if you're gonna have your cell phone on, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Are you Clara?
Yes, I am.
All right, great.
Anyway, that gentleman I was just speaking to you about was in here. Yes.
So what's next?
69 and 28 for that.
I would say so.
Hello.
Hi, can I help you with something?
Yes, sir. I just was Miss Grant said I need to speak with her, so.
Okay, all right.
Your name?
And I'm Judge Hedin. I'm
Hello,
the
sir. Nice to
presiding
meet you.
judge. And why do you need to be filming this?
Just to have public record, my own objective record of it.
Okay, all right.
So Ms. Grant says she was going to show me the law that says that she can have signage out here.
I said that I would be more than happy to speak with you because you told me you were a journalist. I said, please bring in your business card, and I'd be more than happy to discuss to you why we have a sign that says
Right.
that you need to shut your cell phones off when
Correct.
you come into court.
It's during
Courtroom. Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
That's understandable. And I told you I understand that completely.
Well, that was
Okay.
not your take on the phone when you were talking with me.
Yeah, because your sign says in the building, not in the courtroom. That's totally
It's no
different.
different than if you were speaking to a clerk and there were a bunch of people in here and your phone is going off. It's disturbing the other public that is trying to do business in the court. So it's
There has
just
to
not
be a
like you
complaint
cannot
first
have
in
your
order
phone,
for there to be a
just
disturbance,
silence
right?
your phone.
There has to be a complaint in order for there to be a disturbance.
Oh, no, not necessarily, not at all. A
Okay.
disturbance can be just that, just a disturbance.
So who's the complainant?
Well, the complainant is going to be the court
state?
itself.
The state is going to complain on somebody making a public
No,
record?
There's no need for a complaint if there's a disturbance in order for there to be a disturbance.
Mm-hmm.
A disturbance can occur just by virtue of the fact that there's a disturbance.
But the complainant can't be the courts. That's the thing. Just like the complainant for I forget what it's called.
Well, this court can take the appropriate action to maintain peace and harmony in the court.
Right. So
Certainly
how is a
have the
person
ability to do
recording their
that.
public officials in the course of their duty? How is that disturbing someone? That's all I wanted to know.
Well, you mean if somebody's phone is going off and we're trying to conduct business in here?
No, not necessarily. I'm talking about my recording device right now.
Okay, well, I'm
For
not
somebody
saying
telling me that I
you're-
can't have my phone on recording, that's infringing on my right to come in here and record my public officials doing their course of
And
duty.
where does it say that exactly?
It says right there on your sign, it says no phone use in the building. Please turn the phone off while in building. All I asked was I have some compliant signs because I go around doing audits on public buildings all over the state. And
Okay.
when I see signage like that, that's infringing on people's right to come in. That's telling them that they can't come in with their cell phones on.
No, it isn't saying that at all. It's saying, please turn them off before you enter. That's a request.
So what does that
It's
mean?
not saying that you're going to be charged with anything or that there's going to be some violation. It's a request that the court makes.
Right.
But if somebody brings that phone into the courtroom and that phone goes off in the courtroom, I
Right.
have the ability as the
Right.
presiding judge to remove that person.
Indeed.
So that's what can happen.
That's the
So
authority
we're
that
just
we've
trying
given
to-
you, of
we're
course.
trying to
We appreciate
avoid it
that.
getting to that point.
Exactly.
Not needing to get to that point. That's all.
So what I was asking was that the signage just be corrected and say in courtroom, not court building.
Well, but it's not just in the courtroom.
Because
It's
according
in
to the
court
2018 DSHS memo, all private citizens can come into any public building and record the public lobbies, public walkways, public officials in the course of their duty.
We're not saying that you can't do that.
But you just told me that if I come in the building, that I please turn off my cell phone.
What the sign says is that is a request to please turn off the cell phone before you enter the building.
I understand that.
That's all it is.
And unfortunately, by the law, by the courts that have decided on it, and I know you're a judge, so I'm not trying to have a debate with you about that, but from what I've read up on case study, is that is illegal. That is infringing on someone's right to come in and record publicly.
so what
That's
are
just
you
like when I
relying
was
upon?
doing a story on the courthouse and there was a group of people out there protesting. They were revving their engines. They were infringing on someone's right to speak publicly.
Well, it doesn't really have any, I don't see the connection
Infringement on
between-
someone's rights is infringement on someone's rights. So regardless whether
So
it's
what are you referring to as far as the law that pertains here?
by saying that I'm not allowed to come in
No, I
here.
understand that's what your objection is. But
I was just
but
simply asking what law was that.
There isn't a law. It's a request that the
Okay.
court makes. That's all
Great.
it is.
And that's all I needed to know, and you clarified that for me. You said we weren't gonna have an argument on the phone, so I appreciate that. I'm glad you,
That's what I try to explain to you, that it's a request, but you did not
Right.
to hear that.
Right. And I appreciate your explaining that to me.
Now,
So
what's going on?
Good, okay. Nothing, we're just having a discussion. So, all right, well, that's fine, I appreciate that.
you see what a cell phone brings? This is very confusing to me that
Well,
that
no, it's.
someone would call for service for for a deputy when there's no law being broken.
Well, but at the same time, it's very
That's
unusual.
misuse. Two deputies. That's misuse of 911, if you ask me.
It's very unusual to have somebody come in and immediately start recording a conversation.
Right. It's unusual, but it's not illegal.
Are you making any requests?
I'm conducting business. Thank you.
He just had a.
Name and badge number, please.
Question
Business.
about.
Name and badge number,
I'm
please.
Deputy Olson with the Walwall County Sheriff's Office.
Badge number?
I'm 143.
Name and badge
What
number,
are
sir.
you-
Sir.
You just standing
Deputy?
here recording?
Name and badge number, please.
He wanted to come in and have a conversation with Ms. Grant and myself.
Okay. Anything
We had
regarding?
that conversation, as far as I'm concerned.
We've had-
Sir, are you going to identify yourself?
All right. Sergeant Steve
I'll
Dean. Nice to
let
meet
you
you. Do we,
address him at this point.
do we know his name?
No, he told me he was a journalist.
Independent journalist gathering content for a story.
He is a journalist and he's doing a investigation on why we have a sign on our window that says to shut your cell phone.
4
off.
police officers for 1 man with a camera.
And here he is.
But we were done with our discussion. I was literally just about to leave until I see 4 officers, 5 officers, maybe 6 now show up. That's very
It started
that's very
on the
concerning.
telephone, and he came in and he started recording us.
He was recording before, as soon as
Yeah,
he walked in.
as
so
to
that was
why
a little like,
we have signs and judge trying to explain.
What is your name and your title here?
I'm a judicial senior. My name's Michelle.
Great.
All right.
You respect people's rights?
Well,
Love it. Awesome.
have they asked you to go?
They sure haven't. Can't ask somebody to leave a public area unless they've committed a crime.
Okay. Well,
You gonna identify yourself, sir?
I think we're done here. So,
I guess you're not gonna identify yourself?
If you
Well,
have-
unfortunately, that's not up to you. You're done. You can leave. You're dismissed.
Ms. Grant, have you asked
If
them
you
to
have
leave?
no further business with the court or with any of these clerks or myself, then you probably can leave now.
That's great, but I do have official business. Me recording my public officials is my official business. That is constitutionally protected activity, and unfortunately, you can't void that.
Is there?
I'm not walking
is
into the
there a reason
courtrooms. I'm
why
not
you
walking to
wanna do a
restricted areas.
Would you like to do a public records request? Because you can do so.
I like to get a, yeah,
Okay, it's $20.
I'll get a
We'll
form.
have you fill out
I like to get a form.
Okay. Kayla, can you provide him with a form for a public records request? She's on her phone. And
I guess
it
all
would be
crime
a
in Walla Walla
$20
County is
fee.
solved because we got 3 officers here now, so. Is all crime solved?
Are you done here?
If you're done, you can.
Almost,
All
but
right.
unfortunately,
Well,
you don't
got your
determine
form,
that.
So you can fill it
You don't
out.
determine when I'm done.
Really?
Really? By law, you enforce law, not your will. So when I'm done, and when
got
I
your
walk
form.
out that door, I'm done. Thank you.
So the other issue
I
you've got here,
haven't disrupted anybody's
But
work.
you are sort
You're
of
disrupting all
us
of their
right
work.
now.
If you
are
stop because of a
disrupting
camera,
us.
there's multiple cameras in this building, so I don't know why you're stopping because of mine. That's your own decision to stop work, not mine. I didn't go up to you and start engaging in conversation with you at all.
You're disrupting everybody right now. I mean, you got the information.
Unfortunately,
wanted
you
from the
cannot
judge.
criminalize constitutionally protected activity.
I'm just saying, you got the information that you wanted from the judge, so.
And I will sit here and read my form. Thank you. I believe they're going to conspire right now is what they're trying to do. Trying to come up with some kind of law that I may have broken. And that's what you call a conspiracy right there. When they all huddle up trying to figure out a law that they can say that I broken. You gotta wonder what's wrong with people when they don't want to be on camera. And this officer still hasn't even identified himself. I'm sorry, deputy. Guess that's why he doesn't have stripes. Doesn't abide by his policy. got a question. So on here it says $20 public records fee. That's not the same as a FOIA request, right?
I'm sorry, what
A
request?
FOIA request? Freedom of Information Act?
No, this is if you're looking for records from the court, for any kind of records from here, then.
From the district court,
from
not the
district
Superior Court
No,
or-
no, has
okay.
nothing to do with the Superior Court. That's, you go to that building.
Awesome.
Or
Ms.
any-
Grant?
Any information about the county itself, you would go to the commissioner's office.
Indeed. Ms. Grant, I appreciate your help, your answers. I would have wished you had been a little bit more professional, but I thank you for your time. Have a wonderful day.
Hey man, if you're willing to go, I'm willing to talk to you.
Why weren't you willing to talk to me before?
I haven't addressed you before, so I'm going to address you now. I'll tell you where I am.
Okay.
Richard Tran with the Sheriff's Office, okay?
All right.
The reason we got called down here is for whatever reason during your interaction with them, they felt like you started to harass them, so they called us. That's why we all showed up.
That's unfortunate, and that's like I said, that's a I have it all on record.
Cool, man.
So if they're harassment, you can't harass public officials. You just can't.
They feel unsafe sometimes because
I
of the people
understand
that
that.
are coming and going.
That's why you guys
That's why
come
they
to
call.
secure
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
But in order for there to be a law broken, or for me to have actually done some physical harm to somebody, I haven't broken any laws.
And we
So for
don't-
your
we don't
other
think you
deputy to
have.
tell me to
We
leave,
didn't know that until we get here.
We don't think you have.
I understand. But for your other deputy to tell me to leave, as soon as they told him what I was doing,
The
that,
judge is an elected official, and if the judge told my first responding deputy that he wanted you out, he has the authority to ask you that.
right.
I
But
didn't
you
hear
can't
that
go in
word.
and solicit a trespass or solicit disturbance. That's a conspiracy against me to say, oh well, this person can I can walk up to any business and say, hey, you want this person trespassed? Like I don't even know this person was even on my property, but okay, that's soliciting a trespass. That's illegal.
That's not what's happening here.
That's not happening.
They were just concerned because they thought things were escalating, so they called. We're cool with you, no problems. So if you're
I-
on
I-
your way, you're free to go.
I appreciate great cops.
Yeah.
I do.
It's all good, man.
So and like I told them, I do this all over the state. I'm from here, but I do this all over the state. My name is Lex, by the way.
Lex Richard.
Nice to meet you. This is my vehicle, so you can run my tags you want. I'm not afraid to let people know who I am.
We have no reason to run your tag, man.
I think I
Steve.
introduced myself on tape.
Right. But I appreciate you guys' professionalism, and I just wish it would have gone a different route because like I said, I don't go in there to harass. I called them up first to get some information. She said to come in and talk to her in person. She said, I'm not going to argue on the phone. Conversation's done. Click. So I came in person. I mean, I did what she asked me to do, and then she says I harassed her.
Were you argumentative on the phone? Why
No,
would she hang
I
up?
asked questions.
Okay.
And she didn't say that. She felt that her signage was by law, and I'm saying, okay, well, I don't agree with that. And she's like, well, if you want to have a conversation in person, I'm not going to have an argument over the phone.
Gotcha.
And she's like, I'm going to end this call. And I was like, great, okay. I didn't tell her I'd be there in a minute, but I told her, okay.
All right.
So I showed up, and now she's saying I'm harassing her.
So did you get what you needed then?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah. It's unfortunate I got a reaction like that, but I mean, I wish there'd be more.
It happens, man.
I wish-
I don't think it's anything personal. It happens all the time.
Right. And I just wish there'd be more understanding of the law. So I don't know if your deputy in there is educating them on what is allowed and what's not.
I'll go talk to them.
Hopefully they can educate themselves.
Yeah.
And I'm not here to get on anybody's bad side.
It's all good, man.
No, we just come down to assess it, and then, well, everything's fine. But
I understand that.
We get a radio call all the time, and
Right.
We-
And
get
in
there.
my opinion, an assessment is when you get all stories, not just one, and then you tell the person to leave, like this gentleman right here.
Yeah.
So that's just not what the law says.
okay. Well, I think we.
So he's trying to impose his will, and I was just trying to, get my information.
Yeah, I think, but we've got it resolved. Nobody's, in custody or being charged or arrested. You're
Yeah,
free to
because there's no
go.
laws being broken.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I
absolutely.
abide by all laws.
Yeah. No,
So-
I think everything's resolved.
Right.
All right, man.
Take care, guys.
Yeah, you too.